we can have your password reset.
And I think that would be
Yeah.
probably the easiest, and as long as we know my email address.
Yeah,
Now, can you access that? Suppose you're not at some place that you have it set up on. Can you like go to villageofwebster.com and click log in and email or something?
no.
Okay.
There's a way to go online to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You still need to have your password, your login and password. but
Yeah.
There's I can give you a web address where you can access it. Yeah. I still can't.
Don't do it, because I won't do it if it's not gonna be set
No,
up.
I might think if I've got a copy.
But you never know just how attached we've become to these things. It went out last Friday night. I was without a phone until Tuesday.
Oh, really?
I should have taken advantage of it, but I didn't.
So if you want to try it later, just open any browser, but you have to type that whole thing.
Yeah.
Then when you access it, you can log in.
We can give it a try. All right, so we are a little bit after 7 o'clock. Are we going to have Jeremy gonna come?
He was here last night and said he would be here.
Okay, well, let's give him a few minutes. In the meantime, let's call the meeting to order. We have the meeting minutes from the last meeting in front of us. So, and by the way, this is Thursday, June 20th, 2019. Why don't we take a look at those and see if anybody has any comments or addendums or otherwise corrections to the meeting minutes? If not, I will take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as written.
Bill approves the minutes as written.
I'll second that.
Larry goes for a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Good deal. The minutes are approved as written. We have one item on our agenda tonight. Can I take it you are Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Jeremy, why don't you come on up here and tell us what it is you're trying to do and why you need relief from the regulatory framework? We haven't got to that part yet, Bill, but thank you. And if you wanted to know, what Bill was saying is we are a 5-member board. In order to pass any motion on our board, there has to be a vote of 3 in the affirmative. Even if there were only 3 here, you'd have to get all of them to say yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, but seeing as though we don't have a full board tonight, I will give you the option of going away, and I'll call the board back into session on a weekly basis.
No, I think I'll give it a shot.
You have it, thank you. Go.
I'm looking for I know that the village ordinance is a 10 by 10 shed. I'm looking to purchase a 10 by 14 shed. I filled out all the necessary paperwork. I think everyone should have it in front of them. I was here last evening with the planning board. Basically, it's in the back right, or the southwest corner of my property, well surrounded by trees. I do have pictures of the refundable deposit that I currently have on the shed. I need that space because I do have a 2-car garage, but as we joked last night, that I have hundreds of dollars in the garage and thousands of dollars in my driveway. So what I'm trying to do, both of my boys play football, so they have a workout station in the garage. So we can't put that workout equipment in our basement because the ceilings are only, 7.5 feet at best. And so what I'd like to do is I have a rider, I have a push-behind blower, I have a rototiller, a snow blower, a regular mower, and it's just taken up more than one bay of my garage. So the reason I need a little bit more space is just to have a little bit more room in the garage for my wife's car. Of course, I'll shovel mine out, but that's basically what I'm looking for. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's sided with gray siding. It has a white door and 2 windows on the front with black shutters. In fact, my wife is OCD, and now I get to spend more money on siding so the house can match the shed.
Of course.
Yeah, so this is becoming quite the project. In fact, I had a 3-foot maple tree stump removed about a week ago. And when he came in, he couldn't complete the job because there were so many chips and mulch that it was bogging down the machine. So I hauled it out to my parents' house in Brockport. He came again yesterday and finished the job, which has equally amount of mulch. So I just brought 1 load after I teach in the city, but I brought 1 load out to my co-teacher's house, ran home, showered so I could get here. But what I'd like to do is, my backyard is like a spoon. All the neighbors behind me who live on Dunning, their property is much higher than mine. I'd probably say at least by 2 feet. So what I want to do is put a berm with arborvitaes and have them grow on the other side of the shed, on the back side of the shed, and then channel the water around the shed so that it's not in water. I'm going to build a 3-inch above platform. I have Mr. Will came by in the fall and finished an inspection on my deck, and I have 6 by 6 posts that put in the ground, and the frame will be put around it. It'll certainly be anchored by all the codes that I read in the application, so that won't be a problem for whenever who wants to come inspect it. It's not very high. It does have a small loft in it. I had all the neighbors sign. Everyone should have a copy of that. Happy wife, happy life. So I'm trying to make her happy.
I had 6 children, and 30+ years ago, when we moved in on Holly Drive, I thought I had died and went to heaven. So I had a 2-car garage.
Right.
Do you know how quickly that can get filled up with, and I would just say crap from my children?
Sure.
Yes, it goes quickly.
Yeah, so in the back, we have, my son is into Nerf guns, and so you know how a lot of people hang the pegboards so they can hang their tools?
Yeah.
I got a whole wall in the back of my garage, it's all his Nerf guns. And then, so that takes up like the whole back, and then her garden stuff, of course, has to be there.
Yep.
But you know, I'm very particular, my garage is very neat and clean. I actually have indoor-outdoor carpet on inside, so in case I'm working on a vehicle, or when my kids were smaller, it's just easier on their knees and whatnot. So, I don't know, I'm just looking for...
Good.
I'm not looking for like a pole barn. I try to be reasonable with the size versus what I need versus, you know, what the village might approve. So I'm trying to stay within reason.
We appreciate that. I only have, you have anything else?
No.
All right, I only have 3 questions.
Okay.
Any electricity being run out to this?
No.
Okay, how high is it?
I actually went out there today to measure. It's at the lot out in Gates. I drove out there today. I would say it's not higher than 12 to 14 feet.
Okay.
But it's surrounded by trees.
Got it.
David, what was his name again? My neighbor that lives behind me, David,
Elk?
yes, he lives behind me. And so he has quite, because his yard's higher than mine, and he had put up a fence because he's a collector. And I have a fence.
It's a nice way to put that.
Well, he's a nice guy. I have no problems with David, he's a nice guy. But anyway, there's a small berm, and then there's a fence, and then he's got a few pine trees. And then my neighbor has, to my right, to the west side of my property, has an oak tree and a maple tree. So it's really not visible to really anyone as far as height might go, I would say. It's in fact, instead of 10 feet, I did 15 feet because I have barn doors on one side, and in order for me to be able to ride my mower in between two, it would be too tight with the ramp without going onto my neighbor's property, so it's gonna be 15 by 15 instead of 10 by 10 for my property lines from both David and Josh.
Third and final question I
Sure.
have, any of the adjoining, and I'm talking about any adjoining property, back, left, right, or otherwise to yours, any objections from any of the neighbors, or did any of the neighbors refuse to sign?
No.
Okay. Other questions from members, sir?
Did the board make any recommendation?
Positive recommendation for the side variance.
And you're gonna meet all the side setbacks and the rear setbacks, you said?
I'm sorry?
The side setback and the rear setback, you're gonna meet those requirements?
Well, it's 10 feet
Right.
according
There
to
you go.
ordinance. I'm doing 15,
Okay,
so I'm going more than.
I just wanna make sure.
So that you
Yeah.
can make the swing and.
Yes, because I got one of those old riding mowers with the steering wheel's on top.
Yep.
And it's got like the Snapper used to make one.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have like one of those. I don't have a big, huge zero turn, you know.
But I bet you
just-
want one.
No, because I worked with those before, and they do more damage than, they actually rip up the
They
grass.
do tear up the
Yeah,
grass.
So I try to stay away
Okay.
from that, but, yeah, 15 feet for sure, and, yeah, it's, I'm looking for.
Other questions?
I'm all set.
Bill?
You asked them all.
Very good. All right, thank you very much. At this point, we'd like to open it up to any members of the general public speaking for or against this project. Let the record show, no one came forward. All right, we'll close the public portion, and what we're looking for now is a size variance or area, whatever you want to call it, on the size of an accessory structure or shed in the backyard of 40 feet.
First, you should notice a type 2 action.
Oh, gosh, thank you. Bill?
So,
I'll make a motion that the zoning board be declared the lead agency in this matter and that as a type 2 action under secret.
Any seconds?
I'll second
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, none? Okay, type 2 action under seeker. And we're still looking for a 40-foot area variance, or size variance.
I'll make a motion to approve a 40 square foot variance to the, for the shed at the 35 Clover Drive.
Okay, we have a motion on the table to approve the variance as written.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? None?
Good luck.
You opposed?
I'm opposed.
You are opposed, so we have 3-1, excuse me. Motion passes. Thank you very much.
Would there something have been different to approve from you? I'm just curious, because I'm just learning the process.
comment
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fair enough.
fair enough.
You have your variance.
Appreciate it. Thank
3-1.
you.
Thank you.
3-1.
You have a good night.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Joe, anything coming up next week or next month that we know of so far?
Nothing at this point.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. Anything else on our agenda?
Oh. Thanks.
Other comments, thoughts? Just the only comment I would make for board members is, let's not forget our training as we come through. You're all done for the year.
Yeah.
No.
Remember, excess carries over.
Oh, does it?
It does.
Well, I can supply lots of.
I'm sure.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right.
Carbon credit, can I?
Okay, so what we're looking for then is a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
opposed, none. Very good, we are adjourned, and we'll see whether anything comes up next month.